right. It's my friend Colleen. We're going to do some poses on the floor. So we're going to start with cat-cow. We're going to let the hands come so the fingers are spread wide and the wrists are right under your shoulders and the knees are right under your hips. Yeah. And then as you inhale, let your belly drop and look up towards the sky. And as you exhale, curl round in your spine like a Halloween cat. And whenever your inhale comes, look up again. Big deep breath in. And exhale. Around the spine.
Yeah,
How you feel? You want something under your knees?
Oh no.
Okay.
It just as easier without the bug.
Oh yeah. That's it. Really good. Just play the edge of each direction as you arch back and forth. So rounding the spine as much as it feels okay to. And then arching as much as it feels okay to. Back and forth. Taking nice deep breaths. Just honoring the range of motion that you have in your spine. And letting it loosen up a little bit. Keeping that lower back feeling good. How about 2 more breaths here? Exhale. Good. And then hanging out on hands and knees for a minute. I'm going to get you a pad for your knee for our bird dogs. So let's put this under your knees. You might have to scoot it back a little bit. Beautiful. And we're going to start off with reaching the right toes back and draw the low belly in here. And then if you feel okay, we'll squeeze the glute and lift the toe up off the floor. How's that feel?
Good.
Yeah. We're going to try to keep the hip parallel to the floor as opposed to opening it up like this. Yeah, there you go. Beautiful. And then if we feel fancy, we're going to reach the left fingertips forward and let them float up. And this pose will feel pretty tippy. We're working on our balance. We're strengthening our core. Lengthening from your right heel out through your left fingertips. And breathing. Really nice. We'll try the other side. All right. How's it feel to your knee?
The knee feels great. The
Okay.
arm is a little, weak.
The arm is
Yeah.
okay. Feel the
Arm strengthening, I guess.
okay. Good. All right, so we'll lift the left toes and take your time. Just take a moment just with the leg up. Feel your left glutes squeezing. And then just slowly start to crawl the right fingertips forward. And you can reach the right hand up a little or a lot. Just breathe. Draw the low belly in. Feel all that wiggly balance. That's perfect. And then we'll release the hand down. What do you think? You want to do each side one more time?
Sure.
Yeah? And then so, right toes back. Lift the leg. Let that hip stay as parallel as you can. And then when you feel like you want to try, let the left hand reach up and breathe. Draw the low belly in. Let your lower back puff up towards the ceiling. That's really good breath. Nice deep breaths. And when you're ready, change sides. Awesome job. Left toes back. And when you're right hand up. Getting stronger in the core. Keeping the low back strong and healthy. Beautiful job, beautiful. All right, now we're gonna walk ourselves back towards the block and see if we can put the ankles on that little rise in the blanket. Come to sit down on the block. Take your time, yeah. You look so good there. How's it feel?
Feels good.
Yeah? Okay. And your ankles are like nice and straight. It looks really good. Yeah, so now just bring your hands to your hips and let's experiment with tucking the tailbone under here and see if you feel a stretch in your quads yet. You feel that? Okay. And then maybe we can reach the hands back. We don't need a ton of sensation. You just want to find a place where you can stretch in the quads. Yeah, and I see what you're saying about right. Yeah, it gets there first. That's okay. If you feel like you can even lift up just a tiny bit and tuck under. And that's going to increase the stretch. Beautiful. Feel okay there?
My knees are kind of lifting up. Is that all right?
Come up a little bit. That's okay. So that's how we know how far we want to go. Sometimes we got to go farther than we want to. Yeah. So reach for your heels like you did. Yeah. How's that?
Yeah, that's good.
And here's a little lift. It's okay. It's okay. That's what we're finding. Reach to the blanket. The blanket's a little higher.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's better. Probably. Yeah.
We just want to see if we don't reach back at all, then we don't reach back. We're just looking to get a quad stretch. How you feel?
Good.
Can you breathe there? Okay, perfect. That is really good exploration. So just be here and take the deepest breaths you can. You'll notice this one will change as you do it at home. In 2 weeks, it'll be different than it is today. You just want to stay as long as it feels like a good stretch is happening. If it starts to hurt or feel like you're losing that nice sensation of stretch, then you start to come up.
Okay.
Beautiful. We'll just reach forward and rock back onto the hands and knees. Yeah, yeah, that's perfect. All right, let's come on to the back. So we'll get everything out of your way. Good work. That exploration is a huge part of it. All right, we'll lay all the way down. So first, just bring your feet about as wide apart as your mat and just let your knees sway side to side a few times. Feel a release in your lower back and in your hip. And let your breaths really deepen back and forth. You feel a stretch when you get down to one side? Good. That's really good breath. Even out the sides. Good. And then we're going to bring the knees up and bring the hands to the low belly. Turn on transverse abdominus. This wonderful big muscle you've been working on along the low part of the belly. And then let's lift our toes up. Let the knees hover right over your hips. And it's always good to remind ourselves when we go to practice this that if we let the knees tilt too close, if they pass the hips up, feel that work go, we lose our work, right? All right, so knees, hips. Take a big breath in. And then as you exhale, tap the left toe. Real strong in TA and right. We're moving nice and slow and breathing. I know in my body I re-engage and I re-engage and I re-engage, drawing transverse abdominis down towards the floor, towards my sacrum. Staying nice and strong in the low belly. Making sure I feel like I'm doing some work here. You feel like you're doing some work here?
Yeah.
Me too. How about we tap twice more on each side? Is that okay? Tap and tap. Good. And then both feet come down, and we'll do that windshield wipers side to side again. Good. See what it would feel like if your feet are a little bit wider. And let's reach the arms overhead, lengthening along the side of the body. One more breath. And then we'll come back to center and take round 2, transverse abdominus. So lifting our feet again, letting the knees hover right over the hips. Exhale, nice and tight in the low belly, and just begin going at the pace of your breath. So the pace might feel real slow if your breath is nice and slow. Let your breath feel good and satisfying. That's part of what you're doing here, is giving yourself some time to strengthen your abs and take deep, slow, steady breaths. Both things are important in this pose. And the pace might be different from day to day. Re-engaging and re-engaging. One more tap on each side. Is that okay? Good, and then hug your knees in. And lift up for bridge pose. We'll see how it feels to the knees. So feet are about hip distance apart, tucked way up near the hips. Big breath in, and then exhale, and lift the hips. So you get to decide how high you lift your hips up each day. You want it to feel good to your back and good to your knees. As you inhale, breathe up into the chest. Fill the chest up. And if it feels good, we can wiggle the shoulders down and underneath us a little bit. Reach the palms down towards the floor. And take a few more deep breaths. Maybe we stay 3 or 4 more breaths, or maybe your body's ready to roll out sooner. Just come out when you're ready. Then let's extend the right leg and draw the left knee up and across. Then we reach the left hand away from us and take some breaths. Really inhaling all into your left ribs and left waist. And every time you exhale, relax a little more. Let it feel really good. How about one more breath? And then we'll roll back to center and we'll take a second bridge pose. Take your time, let your body rest flat on the back. Inhale and exhale. And when you feel ready, just lift yourself back up into bridge. Let your breath come up into the chest. reaching the fingertips down for the heels. Maybe wiggle the shoulders together. And you get to decide how high you lift your hips. How's this feel to your knees today?
Yeah, it's real tight right above it.
Tight right
But
above the knee?
more on the inside this time than.
Okay.
Yeah, like if
Okay.
I lean this way, I'm okay. But it's,
but it's
am
tight.
I supposed to be working this though, right?
You can squeeze the glutes in this pose. I like to squeeze the glutes in this pose. So drop your hips down just a little bit, and let's see if that feels better in the knees. Does it change it at all?
A little.
Little, not too much, right?
Yeah.
We'll keep working on it.
A little better.
Okay. We'll keep exploring that. And then roll it on down. And then let's extend the left leg long. And we'll hug the right knee in for a breath. And then take it across the body into a nice big twist. Yeah, I'll scoot out of your way so you can reach your right arm.
This is a lot easier this side.
And just breathe. What does the stretch feel like on this side? Fill up as you inhale and release as you exhale. Taking some of the deepest breath you've taken yet. And then go ahead and roll on out of that twist. Beautiful practice.
Thank you.